Podcast starts at 19 seconds.
Welcome to a new episode of Fit the Description, a Black Men's podcast where various black men come together to talk about life, society, entertainment, culture, news, and whatever else we want to talk about from various black men's perspectives. I'm your host, G, and today we got James.
I'm just here not to get sued.
And probably will have other people come in at a later time. Now, with that being said, on your way in, make sure to hit that subscribe or that follow, depending on your platform. Make sure to check out the Clips channel, Fit the Description podcast over there on YouTube. We're also on Instagram. You can check that out over there too. And also the various different audio platforms. All the links will be down below. And with that being said, let's go ahead and start this episode.
Do I know my brother died from gang violence? Yeah, but even then, when I knew my brother died, I didn't know the details. It was a long time before I knew the details. I just knew I had an older brother and that he passed away, and that it messed up my mom real bad, and that's the excuse they gave for keeping me sheltered and keeping me away from everything. They said my dad said when my moms took me away, he didn't fight it because she lost her firstborn and he didn't want to, I guess, make it an issue or whatever. But I guess my mom went crazy when my brother died, and so that's why she was overprotective of me and keeping me tucked away. Even with that, it ain't like I stayed with. She just had me at other mother's house. But that's a whole nother story. But like I say, when you constantly moved around, and because I've been, like I said, I've been around white people, I've been around Mexican people, black people, I've been around so many different people and so many different cultures and that it's
I have
just,
two though. I have
you
two.
know, it's all over.
Yeah, but I have two. I mean,
How
I'll be
many
honest.
schools have you went to?
Oh, jeez, I don't remember. I gotta think about it. I
Okay,
know.
how about this?
Yeah.
Did you stay at one high school?
Yes. Oh, no. I went to two, and then I went to
You
adult
went to,
school. Yeah.
okay. Yeah, I went to multiple high schools. I
Yeah.
went to Washington, I went to Locke, I went to AV, and I went to a private school that I don't
Okay.
even remember the name of. So I've always been moved around. I've been moved around so much people thought I was a foster kid.
No, I would say once I got to high school, that's when I stopped moving around. I know I stayed in Oklahoma for my freshman year, then I came back. But after
Mm.
that, once I got to my sophomore year, I just basically
Dang, Oklahoma? That's crazy.
yeah, yeah. I used to live in Oklahoma for a while.
That's crazy. I've been moved around all over, but it's always been within California.
No,
I visited Texas once and got my head busted open, bro.
no, let me see. I'm originally from the Bay Area. I was raised in San Leandro. Then I moved to
Hell no,
Fairfield.
that's some bad. I hear nothing but bad things about the Bay.
It depends on what side you're on. I mean, yeah, no, don't get me wrong. The Bay's horrible. Like, if we talk about Oakland, yeah, it's really bad. It's
Yeah,
really bad.
Oakland.
Yeah,
Like
yeah,
I went to visit a chick. Went to visit a chick
no,
out
no.
there off of MySpace, and she stayed right by the Greyhound station. And them niggas was out on the corner at like 5, 6 in the morning. I'm like, oh
Oakland,
hell no,
Oakland is a different beast. Oakland ain't no.
that shit is crazy.
Yeah, I mean, yeah, no, Oakland is a beast. It is a different beast.
I'm happy we spent most of the day in San Francisco.
Yeah, and so my mom moved me back down to Southern California. So then I stayed about a month in Arizona. Then I came back because I was homeschooled, but it wasn't working. Then
Mm.
I moved to Atlanta for a little bit. Well, not Atlanta, but like outside
Dang,
of Atlanta.
Atlanta.
Yeah, outside of Atlanta. Then I moved back because we were trying out there, but I came back. And then my mom worked for the government, and so she had to go for trade. So I had to move to Oklahoma for a while. Well, I moved to Oklahoma back and forth a couple of times,
Mm.
and then after that, I just stayed. And then about high school is when I just stayed out here.
Oh, okay.
So yeah,
Yeah, I moved around. I was always, but it was always in California for the most part.
yeah,
You know, the Valley, Lancaster, Palmdale, L.A. You know,
yeah.
it was always, and then it was back and forth. It wasn't just like, okay, I'm staying in I'll stay in Lancaster for like a year or so, and then I'll move back to L.A. or move to the Valley or move such and such. You know,
Well, the thing is, my family's from here, so that's why.
I heard this from OG before. He was just like, think about it. All these niggas is running around having kids and leaving the females, but they work in the same projects. So
Mm-hmm.
boom, those kids grow up, they go to school together, and they meet each other and they like each other or whatever, and then they find out that they actually brother and sister or some.
Yeah, but I'm not gonna justify it. That's a horrible thing. Heck no.
I'm not justifying it. I'm saying that it exists.
Yes, I
That
know, and it's
you know,
horrible. It should never
yeah,
exist. That's horrible.
right. That
That's
that
number
it's
one.
like it's not as uncommon as you would think.
Oh, I know, I
That's what I'm.
know,
That's what I'm.
I
That's what
know.
I'm. That's what
My
I'm. That was the point of me saying it.
my biggest fear. I have two big, really big fears that can actually happen to me. One, kissing my cousin. Two, kissing my sister.
Your sister.
I don't
Your
remember
mom
that.
had another kid.
No, I don't. I don't know. I don't know. I don't know my dad. So
Oh,
yes,
I get
and
that.
yeah. So these two things are a possibility for me.
I get that.
So they both
Yeah,
scare
my
me.
dad. My dad only had me and my newly found brother.
I'm saying as a father and being in a relationship and having to deal with in multiple relationships, but particularly this relationship, it has not been all cakewalk. And like I said, it hasn't been all sugar plums. There are two sides to every story.
And
Like I
okay,
said,
and again, and
I'm not
again.
sitting here saying
Okay.
that you have to agree. By no
Oh,
means am I saying. I'm
okay.
saying that I'm just saying that until you have a child and until you deal with the opposite sex on a true emotional level, I just feel like yes, you can agree right now, but I'm not going to say that that's going to happen anytime soon. But if it ever does happen, we will ask this again. And I'm not saying that you'll have the same answer, but your views will be open to the other side now, especially because I know every man on this podcast who has kids and a wife or a girlfriend has been through some cutthroat behind a woman. And and they've had to put themselves over their child. Either that or I'm gonna do some crime that I don't want to do, even though I've probably already been doing crime. But the only easier way is just to walk away or let her go or whatever the case may be. Because sometimes that is the only answer. It's like if you want to take away my kid, especially at that period in time in the 90s, it's like it's not like how it is today. There's a such thing as social media, so you can always know what your kid's doing. I've got uncles that tried to be in my cousin's life and have explained to me, nigga, it was the 90s. There was no social media. I couldn't see I couldn't watch my kid grow up. Like restraining orders were a lot easier to get 20, 30 years ago than they are now. Nigga, you have to have a legit reason to get a restraining order. You can't just go to the police station and say, this person hit me and okay, well, let's sign a paper for a restraining order. No, it's not like that. It was like that then, but it's not like that now. So that's what I'm saying. You have to take everything into, or not you, but somebody's gonna have to take everything into consideration. But from a father to a mother's point of view, what he's saying, I get it. But I'm just saying, I know if my dad was still alive, I would have a lot of questions for him. Maybe not build a father-son relationship too much, but it's like, was I, because I had those same questions from my mom. I had to say some grimy to her to get answers. And that's just how it was. Yes, it made our relationship better, but I wasn't raised by my mom or my dad. My mom was in and out of jail when I was a kid. She was a lesbian, all kind of shit. Like, she was fucked up. Like, you want to talk about moving? Nigga, I went to 12 different schools in 10 years between Pasadena and Chickamauga and Lancaster, Palmdale, Cortez. I don't think anybody trumped that. Like 12 schools in 10 years? Nobody. And the only school I stopped at, and I did all 4 years, was Lancaster High. But before that, it was 11 different schools in 10 years. So ain't nobody trumped as much as I've moved every year. So, but at the same time, like I said, I would never, yes, if I got to talk to my dad, but I would want to hear it from his side. But I'm fucking unbiased. It doesn't change my mental of my mom or my dad, like, hearing shit. And just like I'm saying, or just like he's probably saying about you, it might help you. Yes, I truly feel that I could not be a better father until I forgave my mom. I can't forgive my dad because he's dead. But until I made peace with my mom and everything she did to me and put me through and this and that, I could not be the dad I am today. But that's me, though. I'm not saying that's everybody.
Yeah.
But that fucking hatred.
And let the church say amen, amen, amen.
It stopped me from, like, I used to have walls up and all of this shit. Like, I'm fine with my sexuality because all LA niggas and Cali niggas had that no homo shit. Like I said, I tell you niggas, I care about y'all. Y'all is others, all of that shit, because it's not gay. It's real. It's real how I feel. I give a shit about you niggas. And I'm always going to give a shit about you niggas because you dudes are there when nobody else was. In this time, in these conversations have we had, it means something. It's an emotional status, but we're so taught to oppress our feelings and be strong. Man, that's bullshit. Bullshit.
No. I mean, yeah. Okay. You know what? I'll say this much, and this is about what I'll say. Well, if I ever get a girl, if I ever get a kid, if this happens, I will happily bring this up again, and we will talk about it again that is happening.
I mean, well, for me, it's not getting to know him, but to seeing it maybe from his side, like I said before.
That's what he's saying.
That's what I'm saying. I'm not saying get to know him. Yes, I agree with you.
Yeah.
It's too late. It's just like how you said. I have a sister out there too. That's why I don't date black chicks. Because my dad had a sister before he died, and we're 3 years apart. Well, I mean, that's one of the reasons why I don't date black chicks, because I'm not taking a chance to hooking up with my sister. I've only been with 2, and that was a long time ago. It was in Lancaster. I knew where my sister was at the time. But
so
as I
I'm
got
ask
older,
you a question when you finish.
as I've gotten older as an adult and I moved to Vegas, I'm good.
So,
and
damn it, I want to ask him.
What's up?
So, I think you had mentioned this before. You did, and I didn't really get to really touch on it. So, so you're officially anti, like, sister girl.
Like I said, it's for other reasons, but yes, one of the big reasons is, like I said, I have a sister out there. I don't know what she looks like.
Well, outside of that, like,
yes, because of the women that or the black women that I grew up with, it's too much unreal expectation. By every other race, I've been treated like I'm worth something. Mexican, white, Asian, Filipino. I mean, I can go down the list, but the black women that I attract, I will say, that I grew up with, that I've been around, full black women. I'm not like, I'll date a mixed chick in a heartbeat. I've been there, done that. But a full black woman with a black mother and father, four black grandparents, because that's full black to me. I'm talking about black. And no, I will not do it. I will not do it. You could not pay me. There's no amount of money on the planet that would make me go through that headache.
No, I get it. And I just asked because I have this conversation quite often about certain topics, and I have a homegirl who, at this point, I understand there's no point in it anymore, so I kind of backed off. But I wanted somebody else's perspective. So if in fact I do talk to her, I could bring up that kind of conversation where it's like, um it's more to it. He's like, oh, black women, because all the guys did this and they forced us to act like men because they left us all they left us like that, and that's her excuse for why they act the way they act. And I get it, but at the same time, it's like, okay, but when does it stop? When does it come to an end? When is it? When do you grow up and realize, okay, maybe I shouldn't cuss somebody out. Maybe I shouldn't be at a school in a school office saying, "Nigga, you need to wipe your nose. Don't nobody want no snotty nose ass nigga." When do you come? When do you have the epiphany to understand that that's not right?
Until somebody says something. Until somebody calls you out on your bullshit, that's when it stops.
When
somebody calls them out on their bullshit, they tripping and they hating.
Can you all hear me?
but at the same time, you still be called out on your.
They can hear you, motherfucker.
I don't care who you are. It's a such thing, there's a such thing as an inkling. If somebody says something about you, it's always in your mind. Yes, you might take offense to it, but if somebody especially from the opposite sex, if a black man were to call her out, they're educatedly, not ignorantly, and said it exactly how I said it, then yes, she would have threw a fit, but she would have been looked at by everybody like, what is her problem? Like, he was just saying like that's unnecessary. But but it's like if a woman calls you ugly, like, yeah, you might not give a shit, but it's always there. Like, damn, what made me ugly? Like, what to her? Like, that bitch wasn't no Bella the Ball. Like, what made me ugly? Like, you're gonna sit there and ponder it a little bit and be like, but like, it'll pass. Of course, it'll pass. But I'm saying it's still that inkling that's there. Like, what the fuck height did she have that enticed me being ugly? Like, who the fuck are you to tell me that? It's like that's the shit that I'm saying. It's like, when it comes to black women, it's just the pure, like, arrogancy of, not, like I said, I'm not saying all of them, just the women that I have been around and that I've dealt with. Like I said, they cool as friends, they ride or die, but a relationship wise, it's like, or I forgot who said it, I think it was James or whoever it was, like, these women are built to literally, like, or no, I think it was you who said it, like, it's generations of welfare and being passed down. It's like you're literally taught to have no man in the house. That's how you get by in the easiest way. Like, I know more divorces from black women in my family then like I know white people that have been together through cheating and fucking one dude fucking murdered his daughter's baby's father and he's in jail and they're still married together. She's still stuck by this dude. She went to court for this dude and fucking all kind of shit. And, you know, she took it to the federal courts and fought this dude and she's a white lady. But they've been together 27 years. And it's like, I'm not saying there's no black people out there that haven't been together, but I'm like, even, like I said, yes, in this day and age, it's everybody. It ain't just black people. Like, whoever gets married that are like 25 to like 35, nigga, you ain't gonna be together that long. But it's like, from what I understand, it's like, I got uncles and I've heard their side of the story. And I used to see my uncle come home from a hard ass day at work, from being a custodian, and he just wants to sit there and drink his Crown Royal and Coke. But sometimes it wasn't enough. Sometimes, you know, it's like you don't want to be bothered. Sometimes you just want to stay at home and watch football. Like yes, I feel like me marrying you, that's the end goal. But until then, I have to impress you. Like, me and my lady have been together for 14 years. Yes, I don't believe in marriage because that's the end game. Like, yes, we barely have shit to talk about now, but it's like we take trips, we do shit, we make new memories. So it's like, that's what you have to do. If you're just stuck doing the same shit, but see, black women tend to gang up on you and get a whole crew against you type shit. And I ain't with that. Like, I'm not saying that if I'm wrong, I'm wrong. But
Yeah,
like I
of course
said,
it's not. It's not. It's I feel like it's okay to generalize sometimes, because at the end of the day, when you're generalizing, you're just saying, yeah, there's a few people, there's a lot of it's a few, but there's a lot of people that tend to do a specific thing. Nobody
yeah,
in the world knows everybody. We use terms like everybody, but it's just a figure of speech, and I get
yeah.
so irritated when people get hung up on that word. Like, no, we don't know everybody. We're just saying, hey, a lot of people, and it's like you see how we gotta overly explain shit. Like, well, I'm not
Yeah.
saying everybody, but you have to have a whole side conversation before you say shit now, because somebody's gonna get mad at you just generalizing the real shit.
Well, well,
It's,
well, well. That and like another thing is, and like I said, this always comes back to shoot me in the foot every time I say it, but it's the truth. I know a lot of black men won't admit this, but I wanted to have a kid with another race as well because I wanted my kid to have a better chance in life. I hate to say it like
mm,
that, but that's some real shit. It's some real
right.
shit. I see how hard it is to be a full black kid versus the mixed kid. I know it sounds fucked up, but I
Hmm.
tell people that and they're like, "Oh, that's fucked up." That's no, it's not. It's me thinking strategically. I want my son to have a better life.
I get it.
Well, I mean, at least a little bit easier. I mean, it might not be a full better life, but it's like if fucking DeAndre walks into the room and my son walks into the room, DeAndre's gonna have a harder time in life than my son. I'm gonna be honest. I'm gonna be honest, and it's like those are the shits that I thought about when I was younger. It's like I would walk into a room, and it wasn't until people heard me talk, they're like, "Oh, you know, you're cool, or you're this, or you're that." And I'm not saying he's not gonna have to deal with that, but it's like the two things that got me into a lot of doors are my name and the way I sound. And until they saw me, and they're like, "Oh shit, you a big ass nigga," but I know my shit. I know how to act accordingly. Yes, I do have a white ass name. Michael Turner is a white fucking name. When you hear that and you hear me on the phone doing an interview, you're like, okay, I'm gonna get fucking I don't know, you know. But I'm just saying, like, but that's always helped me through my life. Yes, if I had my other name, I don't think I would have got as far as I would have in life that I did now. But it's like I think about all that. You know, I it's just how my mind works. I'm a realist at the end. I just feel like society is very judgmental, and yes, Morgan Freeman's at its best. How do you how do you end racism? Stop talking about it. Like instead of
Yeah.
this is a black man, this is just a man. Instead of this is a white
Hmm.
man, this is just a man. But we will never eliminate racism because it's everywhere because of imaginary stereotypes. And we joke about stereotypes. But it's
Right.
like, let's just say, let's go a month. Let's just take Black History Month, which there shouldn't even be a Black History Month. But hell, let's take Black History Month and not say anything racial. Let's not say
Hmm.
nigga. Let's not say anything that would give another race any reason to think being or having a racial thought is okay. And then every time a white person around you, a Mexican person around you says some foul shit that is not black, or hell, even a black person says some racist shit, check them on their shit. That's not gonna happen. We would be here all day. We would be fighting all day. We There would be shooting. There would be so much
Hmm.
shit. So
Yeah,
it's
you got
impossible.
people you can't, you just got people out there you can't tell them nothing. And that's
That's
that's one
like
of the
90%
reasons
of
why.
the world right now.
Right. That's why I feel the way I feel about a lot of stuff. I know my homegirl, we talk and she get mad and she she tells me stuff about, oh, something about me being a certain kind of way with black people, and it's just like it's not that. It's just I'm around these motherfuckers, certain people, and I get it, and I understand they go through stuff, but at some point you become an adult, and when you become an adult, like you know you're doing some ignorant thing because you'll say it later on. You'll say, "Oh, girl, I was a mess," or "Oh, girl, I was this," or "Oh, girl, I was that," because you knew you was fucked up. You just didn't care. Like you know you're fucked up, but you just don't freaking care, and that's the problem. That's the biggest the biggest problem. So when somebody calls you out on your shit, regardless of you
I
feeling
mean,
like
what
it
are
being,
what is,
what do you say?
oh no, I wasn't.
Yeah, somebody
Yeah.
calls you on your shit, and then you know what I'm saying. It's just like, and no matter, especially if somebody calls you out on your shit and they're nice about it, motherfuckers still turn around and just stick their chest out. Like, what are you sticking your chest out for? Like, what you can't take constructive criticism.
There's,
I tell them all the time, it's like it's not when they say the black girl attitude, the mad black woman. I was like, it's not that you're the only females that get mad. It's that of black people dominate everything that we do. We dominate, and unfortunately, we dominate aggression. So yeah, you look worse at certain situations because your attitude and your anger is more dominant than everybody else's. No matter if you notice, no matter what we get into, any sports, anything that we get ourselves into, we dominate it.
yeah, but
J-
we dominate the wrong shit. So
Yeah,
I just
exactly,
feel like we don't dominate fucking rocket science or fucking business
exactly.
owning. We don't. Yeah, we might dominate the state of talking shit in sports or
Mm.
basically entertainment. Anything that has to do with entertainment, yes. I mean, but even like acting, I can't say that black people dominate acting over white people. I would
Mm.
110% have to disagree with that. There's
But
and there's not.
I think they have the I think they have the capability though.
Yeah, but having the capability after all this time and having it is, I mean, we have the capability to do anything.
I mean, think of our actors that we do have. Most of our real actors that we do have are at the top of the food chain when it comes to acting.
I
The ones that
can't
we
say
do
that.
have. We don't
I
have very many, but the ones that we do have. How many times have Will Smith saved the world? How many times have Denzel been a historical figure? Or rest in peace. What's his name? That that was Black Panther. I can't think of his name right the fuck now. But I'm saying like we with the ones that we do have actors that dominate that stuff, but then you do have a lot of you know well I don't even want to talk about them, but I feel like it is possible for us to get there, but we have to have those opportunities, we have to have those roles, and we have to deal with all those producers. But unfortunately, that whole industry is not us. So
Yeah, it's not
we'll never get further than what they
like
want us to.
I mean, I can't say that though because I mean, I hate to say I hate to take a page out of Ari Spears' book, but Ari Spears makes a lot of good points. He's like all of these famous black people can't just build a studio. Like yes,
Yes, I've been saying it for
absolutely,
years.
and it's like okay, but Will Smith has hundreds of millions of dollars. Eddie Murphy, Martin Lawrence, we can't do another not truly Harlem Nights,
They
but
can't
you
do what
can't
Tyler
do
Perry did.
another version of Harlem Nights to pass the torch
Right.
to
They
whoever
can't.
knew, but
Right.
they
They
won't.
can't. Right. They could make their own studios. They could do a whole lot. If
Like,
Black
and
Panther can
not
make
even
all
just
that money,
actors.
huh?
Like fucking Ice Cube had an idea. Yes, he went to white, but it's like, why did it take us this long to thing like the big three? And it's like now people are trying to bite off of it, and they've tried to do different versions of the big three and stuff like that. And, but I'm saying he gave all of these guys to still have potential, to still get paid, and to still have a name. All these, awesome dudes, the analytics destroyed in the NBA that are still able to play the fucking game. But it's like, that's what I'm saying. Like, it could have been a lot of people who made this. It's like it's so many ideas that can be had when it comes to different type of sports that will give so many more people opportunities. Yeah, got The Rock did the what is it with the WWE, that little LFL league, or not the LFL, that's something else, but the little but this little football league that they have every year. But it's something. But so many black people can invest in these things and make it so much better. Where there's 50 different teams in states, it's crazy to a person like me. It's like, yes, all of these people, especially NBA players, it's like I said, you guys make $400 or $500 million for 4 or 5 years, and it's like you work for 9 months out of the year, playoffs for a month, off a month, and then practice a month, or sorry, train a month, and then back at it again. Nigga, you don't have enough time to have to spend this money. Your fucking food is free. Your transportation is free. You got some of the best healthcare shirts in the world. How you go broke makes no sense to a person like me. Yes,
Right.
okay, houses change, whatever, but I'm saying there's so many things. Yes, I know it's not as easy as just having an idea and creating it, because you need people to back it and stuff like that. It's too many
Hmm.
people that are idolized that can create something that can help other people. It's not even funny. It's like, yes, we are too afraid to try something. It's like, but you got dudes like James who have a store who took a chance on himself and did what he needed to do, or G started his thing and invested in the media and this and that, and worked for a magazine company and so on and so be it, and blah blah blah. But it's like, why does it take a little man taking a chance on themselves, whether it works out or not? But these people who have Fortune 500 businesses, it's like, I've done security for 15 years now. I've been a security guard for rappers, all kind of shit. Like, I had a security little thing myself. So it's like, at least I tried, you know, hit the whole LLC thing, a couple years ago, and I was doing things for people on the strip and blah 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 this and that. But that shit gets rough, man. It gets rough. It gets hard. Yeah, especially when you're like these dudes getting attacked and you gotta have a gun and it's a lot. It's a lot. But fuck, I tried. But I'm just like, damn, if I had more cash, then would do more.
Hmm.
But like I just look at these people and
There's no
they just
reason. There's no. All of the people that we have. We got basketball, football. We got a few actors, whatever. All this stuff. You're right. It's like nobody could make uh you know their own studios, their own production companies, things of that nature. And I've always thought about that. It's always about what somebody else is going to give you, what somebody else is giving you. They didn't gave us the money. Now it's like, oh, we'll give them the money because they're not gonna do nothing with it anyway. You got the money now,
yeah,
so it's like
yeah,
there's
no, it's
nothing
very
stopping
true.
you, huh?
I said, that's true.
Yeah, like they got the money now, so it's like why did it take somebody like Tyler Perry? And I get it. I'm not even gonna get into to this conspiracy about Tyler Perry, but the fact that he's a black dude and he bought that studio space and made it to what it is, and he hasn't been in the game nearly as long as these other cats, and it's like it says a lot.
No, and like I
It's
said, I agree. He's giving black people jobs, and I'm not disagreeing with that factor of Tyler Perry. Like I said, I don't like how, like I said, how I feel about Bruce
oh, I
Jenner. It's
get
like
it.
you back on ignorancy, and I'm just not a big fan of that. When you prove to be a better actor, it's not like you're a shit actor. I've seen you in other things. You can act, but you focus being an ignorant black woman for the last however long it's saying to just
But at the end of the day,
you
it's kind of like what we just talked about with Snoop, though. It's kind of like one of those things, like that's his bread and butter. He created that character. That's his Pee Wee Herman. You know what I'm saying? That's his Pee Wee Herman. That's worked for him. That character saved his life. So for him not to get into
yeah,
that
but okay,
character,
but the difference is black women him for that, but they'll talk shit about us when we say the same shit he said. It's like he's
yeah,
literally reacting like acting like you do. I'm just
yeah,
calling you out to be like, hey, this is how you act. I'm a fucking asshole. But it's like he literally gets paid off of being this ignorant black woman and putting men as all cheaters or women as uh
huh.
whores or
It's
crack
always the most
cocaine
evil.
addicts or yeah, it's like
It's
there's
almost the
not a
most
lot of
evil nigga that you could
positivity.
ever find in life on this shit, and that's
That's
how
what I'm
females act
saying.
with little petty
Or
shit.
simp, or some dude has a simp that just takes his wife doing all this shit and would just accept all the bullshit. And I just don't like that. Like, dude, make a movie that's realistic. No, because you know that that's not going to fail. People
Right,
don't want to
right.
see realistic. People want to see fucking negative bullshit.
Fantasy. At the end of the day, it's fantasy. It's an escape. That's what people go see this stuff for. You got some people who do want to see true stories and real stories. Like he did real good with that true story, or that's on Netflix about the black women that was in the army. He did good with that, you know. But at the end of the day, people like to see the fantasy. That's the thing, and that's where his bread and butter comes from. And that's and like I say, I feel it. I'm the same way. I get tired of it or whatever. I got a few that I like because my dad is into it and stuff like that. And most old school church folks, they've always liked it in some form. So I get it, but I get what you're saying. But like you say, with the whole it's the same shit. evil ass man, fucking. Medea is supposed to be some mentor, but she needs mentorship her damn self. And it's all supposed to be in fun and games and of different things of that nature. But like it's kind of like I said with the whole Snoop thing. That's how that man make his money, and that saved his life. Medea is the reason that man got a damn studio, got a huge mansion, got a can afford to hire black actors, give black actors work. So as much as I really don't care for it, I can't really put it down too much because that's what saved his life, and that's what's put him in the position to be able to get these out of work black actors work and be a blessing to them. So it's kind of tough. That's
Okay,
how he
and
like I
and
said,
you
he the
got,
only black man who in
but you
such a
can say
short
that about a
time.
lot of black people, though. You can say that a lot about a lot of different black people. Like I just, I don't know,
I
because how
mean, look at
everybody
all.
feels about. I don't go.
No, no. Like what? Why Will Smith never tried to get a studio and get black people going and hire some black writers or something? Even though he's not a writer, right? He could have got with he saw it firsthand how things work when he was broke. When he got the Fresh Prince deal, he saw Quincy Jones get this people, and all these people got together to make this show. So he had the knowledge. He has the knowledge of knowing, hey, if I get a group of people together, we could do this. So out of all the money he's made on all the years and all the million and billionaires he done met, that he could have really started something with, he didn't do it. But yet Tyler Perry's been in the game not nearly as long as him or any other black actors who's really made it
Yeah.
and have yet to do what he's done. Have a instead of asking everybody else to give him the chance, Tyler Perry just said, "I'm gonna give us our own chance.
Yeah,
I'm gonna make us a
yeah,
black
no
studio.
disagreement there.
I'm
No
a, I, you
disagreement
know
there.
like that like Ari Spears. I saw the Ari Spears interview, and it's right. It's right. Like if we got the people empowered to in a position to put us in a better position as actors. They donate to all these. We're talking about race here, so I don't want to sound racist, but you'll donate to all these white organizations, but you won't create organizations for yourself. Create a black acting school, and have a studio within under that same umbrella. So when they get out of school, they got an acting job for the top people in the class. Like, and you got the money to do it. And now you really have no excuse because you got things like Netflix, freaking Tubi. You got Big Ja who's making stuff on YouTube, who's got films on freaking Tubi. So it's like, and those, and it's some trash movies. So there's like there's no excuse. There's no excuse for these billionaire black folks not to try. I know people don't feel a certain kind of way about Dr. Umar, but the Dr. Umar approach of building our people up when you can, because with great power comes great responsibility. We can't do it. We don't have that power. All we can do is sit there and talk shit on this podcast. You know what I'm saying? Like, man, it's Ari Spears was right, man. Like on some real shit.
Yeah, and like I said, I mean, I've always been a friend of Eric Spears since a mad TV days. I love seeing his interviews and his podcasts. He's one person that's very, very real and calls people out on their shit. And but at the end of the day, man, I just, you know, I'm never gonna say that we'll never have those opportunities, but it's, in the foreseeable future, who knows? But today we don't have the money or the power to fucking create for our people. And yes, I know it comes at a price. I know it does. I know trying to create things for black people come at a price, and
Yeah, it
because
does.
there's only, so I'm never gonna be like, oh well, it's
It's
fuck
hard.
up, this and that. Yeah, but black people, niggas get real ignorant after a while, and we can't have nothing too nice. So
Yeah,
it's just
yeah.
how it is.
I don't want to put
Yeah.
myself in that. I rather set myself up to say, well, I'm gonna try my best, and I hope something happens, but I'm not gonna have no expectations for it because once I build that expectations, and it don't work out, then I'm gonna be pissed off and I ain't gonna do it no more. So I gotta have to kind of do some psychology tricks on myself to motivate myself to do it. you know. I already know what to expect. The one who come up to me and they feel like they could do what I do because I'm doing it. Then you got the ones who looking for a deal on everything, and then you give them a deal and they looking for a deal on top of the deal, and then they wonder why our people can't grow because it was a speech the dude said, oh, my buddy got a restaurant, we should go over there so we could get a deal. It's like, no, if your buddy got a restaurant, you need to go over there and tip big so he can grow, so the business can grow, not going over there and taking money out of his pocket. But that's not how we operate. We operate on, oh, it's my buddy, so I could get a deal before he even gets started. Let him get there first, and then when he get there, yeah, he could give you a deal. He can help you out. You been a homie forever, but support got to come first. But people expect you to do it the other way around. They expect you to give them the deals and everything like that. Run your business to the ground, helping everybody else out, and then when your business start going under, you can't you they nowhere to be found.
So it's so funny. So at our store, it's 3 hours. Sorry, 3 hours. 3 o'clock in the morning is happy hour from 3 to 7 in the morning,
All the black people show up.
and all the black people.
I'm
It's
sorry.
funny. So,
I'm
so I
sorry.
get there at 12. I start at 12 to 8 in the morning. So it was literally it's from 7 in the morning. A black person ran in there and was mad because they chose to come at whatever time. 7:01, and they were like, "Oh, it's 7:01," and they tried to argue. Oh, it's only 1 minute after. Like, dude, it's literally 4 hours. Like 3 to 7, 4 hours. Well, you got more than enough time. But it's like they'll sometimes everything except on the deal board is 15% off. So I mean, I don't smoke, but I hear it all the time. So we got like $15 A's at 3 o'clock. So motherfucking try. So from what I hear, that's a good deal. I have no idea. I cannot argue it. I don't know. But everybody who works there says, "Oh, you're not gonna find that anywhere." Or, yeah, you're not gonna find that anywhere else. So these motherfuckers will try to get a deal on the deal and get mad. Like it's a dude, and we've been open for I think 7 or 8 years, and it's a dude who's come in there 1,000. We can see how many times you came in this store. It's a dude that's probably coming day, literally every fucking day since I've been there. I've been there 5 years. This dude has came in here religiously at like 4 or 5 in the morning. And got some weed. And always does the same little stuff. Oh, their deal is like, dude, we're giving you, it's happy hour. It's like, what do you want? Like, what more do you want? Like, you're not funny after 5 years, man. Hearing this same shit, and it's like, what the fuck? Like, he feels like he's serious. And it's just like, get over yourself. It's 50. I don't know. I don't know about marijuana, if that's a good deal or not. I don't smoke or drink, so I have no idea. Like I was like, if I want alcohol, I'll go next to the dispensary at the park, get as much free drinks as I want. I work right next to the dispensary, and I'm cool with everybody.
Huh?
No, I said my headset died.
Oh, okay. When I when they come at me with like wanting to do graphics, like I only take it partially serious, but then if I get busy with other stuff, I feel bad because it's just a natural reaction for me to take merit over what something else I got going on over that, and then dealing with them later. And it's only because I'm used to dealing with with ninjas to the point to where it's like half the time I really don't want to deal with them, but I even though I do, I just wish that it wasn't always some mess. Like you say, coming in, it's like you dealing with the same people. I got a client. Perfect example. I got a client. I made a video for them, a reel, and I did this for them. Mind you, they the last job I did for them, they didn't pay me on time. They came up with all kind of excuses as to why. I accepted it, whatever. I dealt with it, and they paid me way later. By the time they paid me, it really didn't matter if they paid me anymore. That's how long it took for them to pay me. It was like, it's whatever at this point. Thank you, but it's whatever. So, boom, they paid me some money. Now, then, it's like they wanted another job. Now, because I know them, I said, and I took my time doing it because I really didn't want to do it. It had got to the point where I had took too long, and it was like, shit. All right, I'll do it. So I did it. They sent me the information. I got it together. I sent my draft over, but then when I sent it to them, they had all of a sudden it was, oh, I want this theme and this color and about 20 more artists, which is it was some art different musicians and rappers or whatever to put on this reel. So I'm like at the time I'm like I gotta recut, I gotta cut all these additional people. I gotta redesign this whole thing. And I'm like, you haven't even given me a deposit. I'm like, you need to pay me for what I did first. I was done at that point. Like you barely paid me for the last job. And then I've been dealing with you, like you said, 20 times. I've been dealing with this person for years. I have not yet got one legitimate referral. I done gave them discounts, free work, everything. Then they belittled my work by saying I could tell when you're rushing. You don't know what the hell I did, lady. You don't know how many drafts I went through before I sent you this one. So screw you. Now you want to belittle my work because I'm asking you to pay me? Then it boiled down to, well, I just give you this and just do it. No, you're not going to tell me what you're going to give me. And then you're not even going to give it to me right now. You're talking about giving it to me later. So what's the motivation I have to even continue? Zero. So we fell out and we ain't done work since.
But that's what I'm saying. Like we kind of
And
accept.
I tried.
And okay, but see, like that's a part of the problem too. Like a white person wouldn't accept that from their own, let alone not their own. It's like we kind of try to benefit of the doubt of whether it's saying bullshit or accepting ignorance. It's like I just feel like that's a part of the problem too. It's like we don't call people out on it. We're like, okay, well, we'll just give this person the benefit of the doubt and do a little bit of it just to see what they say. It's like, that's a terrible way, in a way to do business too, because a person of another descent wouldn't accept that. Like, nah, you're gonna get this
Well,
shit
it's
done
like
how I
I
want you to get
understand.
it done.
It's like I understand. Like, say you're starting a security company, and you may not be able to. You maybe can only afford so many. And I say, okay, well, but you need. Let's say I don't know. Let's say it's business cards, but you got I don't know 10 employees, but you can only afford. You only got enough to afford for five employees and you getting on your feet and you also doing other things and you need to do this and blah 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 blah. I'm gonna help you out, expecting, seeing that, it's hard for I know it's how it is. I know it's hard for us. So me knowing that, it's like I'm gonna do the best I can to help you and still be able to make something, right? To still
Mm-hmm.
be able to make something, because I know how it is, and that's really what it boils down to. When people get like that, is they understand the struggle, they know what it's like not to have nobody to help you. So in turn, when people come at me with shit like that, I was always willing to try to help, because I want to. In the back of my mind, I'm like, shit, I would want somebody to help me. But then I've
Yeah, but
changed. Go ahead.
no, I was just gonna say, yeah, but we've been put in the situation where we have help and we've had to figure it out. Yes, I might
Hmm.
have been mad at the person that told me no, but it kind of hit a fire under my ass too. So it's like
Hmm.
I get that part of you need help and this and that, but we're just so quick to give our, like, especially the people who we know, the benefit of the doubt, because whatever, we don't want to lose a friendship, or this person benefits us in a way type shit. But it's like sometimes you gotta just be like, okay, this is an aspect of, man, I need this money now. It's like, okay, you say,
Hmm.
okay, if you can't get it to me now, when could you potentially get it to me and light something up? It's like, yeah, having a verbal contract, or whatever, or yeah, like a verbal contract isn't the way to go anymore. It's especially people who we know. It's shouldn't have to be like that. Like, yeah, I get it, shit happens. I'm the prime example of shit used to happen to me all the time. But it's like I don't make it a habit of asking people for money. And if I do need money, you tell you, nigga, I'm giving this shit right back with interest. Like, it's like, which is
That's my ass.
very,
I
very
don't
rare,
borrow money for shit.
which
I
is
don't feel like I
very
can.
rare.
Right.
Like I said, I might need it just for that one time because I ain't got enough, or whatever the case may be. Like, if I have to ask anybody, it's like, nigga, you will get this shit back today or tomorrow. I would never make anybody wait. Like, okay, well, nah, nigga, I can't pay you
Hmm.
until a couple months from now. Nah, what the fuck you mean a couple months from now, nigga? Well, then
Shit.
you get in a couple months. But then on top of that, I'm just that, like, I don't even let you,
The
like,
only
it's like,
person.
depending on how much, nigga, just keep it at this point.
Right.
Because it's like, if I gotta wait months for some money, nigga, just keep it at this point. Because it's stupid. It's just
The
dumb.
only person I ever really get anything from the times I've had is my pops. But it's always, I always will say it like this, like, look, I just need it until I get paid on Friday. And best believe Friday come, that's the first nigga I'm paying. If I borrow something, because that's just, I don't like owing people, and I don't even like to ask. I feel uncomfortable asking to borrow money. Like, it's very rare. If I do ask, I must trust the hell out you, and I understand that, because I don't want to be embarrassed either. So if I ask somebody to borrow some money from them, I gotta be I got for one, I'm desperate, and two, I trust them, because even when I'm desperate, I might not say nothing. But if I ask you, it's because I really trust trust you, and I make sure, like you say, make sure to give it back, right away. Like, it's my main priority. Like, I don't give a fuck. I don't care what I need to do. And one time I was supposed to take me and my wife was supposed to go out, and I'm like, no, I gotta pay this money back. I gotta I gotta pay my bills. I gotta get this money back. Like, no, I'm not doing that. Meanwhile, my bro will spend his rent money and then borrow some money from my mom's. Like, no, I don't do shit like that, bro. Like, no, I'm not. I don't like to be in debt with nobody, and I don't like to. I don't even like to ask. But if I do have to, best believe that shit coming right back, and you gonna know when it's coming back. And so it's like it's at that point it's on you. I remember, like I said, it's rare, but I have done it. I asked my cousin for a couple dollars one time, and I told her, I said, look, you know, I'll pay. I'm gonna pay you on Friday. This motherfucker, it's Monday. She calling me Tuesday. Like I said, Friday, motherfucker. If you couldn't wait till Friday, you shouldn't have gave it to me. It got so bad. It got so bad. Come Wednesday morning, I sent it to him and said I said never again. And truthfully, they shouldn't have even been hitting me up about it because for years. This for years I looked out for this person. For years I've paid for gas or helped with a bill or got they food with no intentions on you got to pay me back. So you asked me for some money after I done looked out for you for years, and I told you when I was gonna pay it back, man. Okay, I see you. You hear me?
Yeah, I can hear you.
Hello?
Yeah, you're here. I can hear you.
Oh crap! I think I got disconnected.
No, I can hear you. You're good.
Hello?
Yeah, can you hear me? Hello?
Hello?
Hello? Can you hear me? Hello? Hello? Can you hear me? Hello? Hello?
Can you hear me?
Yeah, I can hear you.
Oh crap! I think I'm disconnected. I think my shit died without me knowing it. I'll get back to you. Let me figure out what's going on with this.
All right, with that being said, I want to thank y'all for checking out this episode. I want to thank Keys. I want to thank Keith. And I want to thank James for being on this episode. Definitely appreciate it. On your way out, make sure to hit that subscribe or follow button depending on your platform. Also, make sure to check out the Clips channel over there on YouTube. Check out Instagram at opinion_piece_network. And beyond that, there's not much else to say. We've been on here for a while. Hope you like this one. Hope you enjoy this one. I want to thank y'all. Appreciate y'all. And we'll see y'all on the next podcast. Y'all have a good one.